welcome to the Ranger's Respite. I'm Philip, and this is Drinking Geek. Hey guys, um, this is my second shot at starting this video because I got sidetracked, as I am wont to do. The winner of last week's poll is, of course, as you can see, Catoctin Creek Distiller's Edition Roundstone Rye. A surprise, given that one of the other entrants was the much sought after and very new to me Van Winkle Family Reserve Rye, which will remain in the poll for now until it's picked. Now, this stuff, full disclosure, I really enjoy. I really like the whiskey, I really like the people who make it, and it is the only distillery that I've toured. Also, I need to get another bottle of it soon. It's made in Purcellville, Virginia. The folks who founded it are sort of a big part of the booming craft whiskey movement in Virginia and across the United States. They're really cool, nice people, and I've talked to them online, and I'd really like to meet them again because I got to meet them on my distillery tour. But that was a few years ago, and I wasn't quite where I am now in terms of really appreciating whiskey and appreciating craft whiskey. I did really love their whiskey at that point in time. And I had already been in the habit of keeping a bottle of their Roundstone Rye on hand, usually the Distiller's Edition. But the tour of their distillery, their facility in Purcellville, really sort of helped kickstart my interest in local, not necessarily super local, but in craft whiskey and like the smaller distilleries. They're really cool people. If you have an opportunity to tour Catoctin Creek, I absolutely recommend it. They're knowledgeable, friendly, kind, helpful. Anyway, to the whiskey. It's got this dry, it's not totally dry. I mean, it's got some sweetness to it, but this mostly dry, like, if you've ever, like put herbs out on a tray and put them in your oven for a while to dry, that's sort of what I get, with some oakiness, just a hint of that barrel char. There's a little bit of funk and that classic rye, like rye bread, like hint of spice. And some like nice caramelly notes. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is the Distiller's Edition, so it's bottled at 92 proof. That's 46% alcohol by volume, and it is distilled from 100% rye. It's also aged in relatively small 30-gallon barrels as opposed to the sort of industry standard for the big guys, 53-gallon barrels. I really like this stuff. There's like that nice herbalness, some like vanilla, oak, and caramel that sits just underneath it, and then it's got this base that's this like bready, a little bit of bite rye. I really like this stuff. This is what really sparked my love of rye whiskey. It's just a nice, balanced, earthy herbalness to it. It's not an overpowering licorice bomb like some, and it's got a drier, more bittersweet sort of like rye note, like from rye bread. I think it's probably best to sort of draw a comparison to an extremely widely available 95 by rye whiskey, Redemption Rye, which is, of course, distilled by MGPI in Lawrence, Indiana. Sorry. Brain fart for a moment. Now, that's, the same mash bill, same distillery as Blood Rye and the George Dickel Rye and the older James E. Pepper 1776 Rye, the older Filibuster Rye, except the Filibuster Rye is, of course, finished in wine casks. The George Dickel Rye is put through the Lincoln County process. Sort of, people put twists on it, but the Redemption Rye is, I think, one of the best examples of the mash bill. And I think that the real difference is this is sweeter. It's sort of tailored more towards being a spicy but sweeter, a little more approachable from a bourbon direction rye, whereas this is a very this is 100% rye. There is no mistaking this for any other kind of spirit rye. It's got that little bit of aniseed, the kitchen herbs, a little bit of mint, and some vegetation, and some earthiness, all wrapped up in that nice oaky vanilla caramel from the barrel notes. And it is really enjoyable, good rye. I really recommend trying it if you can, buying a bottle if you can, because I think it's absolutely worth it. On the finish, you get more aniseed and some grassy, woody notes. I like it. I like it a lot. It's got just enough oiliness to really coat the back of your palate and the throat. It's beautiful whiskey. I really like it. I know that it's not for everybody. It's not, if you go into it expecting what you get from Jim Beam Rye or Redemption Rye or Rittenhouse or Old Overholt, you will be surprised, because this is if you took all of the rye elements from those whiskeys and sort of turned them up a little bit and turned down the other notes some, that's what you would get. And I know that it isn't for everybody, but if you can get your hands on it, I really recommend trying it. Maybe sometime when I feel like I have some money, I will get a set of the 80 proof Roundstone, another bottle of this, although I could probably put that all for a little while. This will probably last me until the end of the month, maybe a little longer. And the cask strength. Because I really like their stuff. And I think it'd be interesting to do a side-by-side of those 3 bottles. Now, let's see what goes up to fill the spot vacated by Catoctin Creek. Fortunately for you, unfortunately for me, that'd be a Malarkey Smokehouse. So, in order to vote in the poll, you have to be a member of my local whiskey club or a Patreon supporter. For $1 a month, you can join my Patreon. You get to vote on what I review. You get access to content early. You get access to Patreon exclusive content. You get access to the Discord server where you can hang out with me and my friends. And members of my local whiskey club, we have been quiet lately, but usually we do a lot of chatting about whiskey, cocktails, and D&D. And it's fun. So, what are they voting on this week? Well, for next week's review, it's going to be either Van Winkle Family Reserve Rye, Canada Distilling Bare Knuckle Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Malarkey Smokehouse Whiskey, or Canadian Club Classic 12-Year-Old. Now, if you would like to support my channel, but you don't like Patreon, or you just want to make a one-time contribution, I have a Ko-fi. It's where you can buy me a drink. Basically, it's a platform where you can donate money to artists and creators who are doing stuff that you like. I'm also selling these adorable That's the Spirit pot still stickers designed by my friend Alyssa at Apricot Studios. I'm selling those on Etsy. There are links in the description down below. If you would like a community that is, a place where you can talk about alcohol with some friendly folks, I am a member and, in fact, a moderator of the Whiskey Lodge Discord server. We hang out. We talk about whiskey, primarily, other spirits as well. There's someone who's often posting beautiful pictures of the food that they're making professionally. And if I could make food that looked like that. Anyway, I think that's everything. So, until next time, stay happy, stay geeks, sláinte.